Welcome back to our 9th session of the Art as Therapy. I'm Yoko. Today we'll learn about the relationship between art, creativity and memory. We'll also explore the benefits that creating or making art has on our memory and expand the concepts in art-making activities. By definition, memory is an information processing system which helps us to retain information such as knowledge, perception, and events over time for future use in language, actions, or developing relationships and identity. Firstly, the process of art making helps us to preserve our memory in tangible form for future reference and knowledge continuation. Art is a way of documenting for remembering. For example, we can imitate by copying things into a visual form according to the exact form as they are. For example, painting an apple. This strengthens our visual memory for future reference. We can also create a record of our experiences by creating everyday artifacts for our future or next generations. For example, we create our own clothes, crockery, storybook, tools, etc. We can also leave imprints and traces of life by creating artifacts to honor the existence of a person or things. For example, creating a legacy book, a photo album, or taking photographs of historical sites. Secondly, creating or viewing art helps us to improve and revitalize our memory. Creating or viewing art can evoke personal memories when we reconnect with our senses, emotions, and thoughts. Creativity and art making tap on our right brain where the visual memories are stored. Therefore, creating images from our unconscious is powerful in evoking personal memories and in a way also recalling forgotten memories. Some scientists suggest that the creative process allows the brain to find alternate routes to misplaced memories, thus helping us to express muddled emotions when our verbal abilities are fading or insufficient. As such, appreciating or looking at an image brings us immediately to travel through our visual memories of time and places. Creating or viewing art also strengthens our cognitive reserve and intellectual curiosity. Creative art making improves our ability to focus, supporting our brain to absorb information and retain information better. Seeing an emerging expression in the creative process or simply viewing artwork in a gallery helps to awaken our responses in aesthetics, senses, and emotions, thus stimulating our brain to integrate these into our cognitive thinking or intellectual curiosity. Our cognitive reserve is then strengthened, which helps to prevent memory loss. Thirdly, art making also helps to prevent memory loss. Studies have shown that creative art making as therapy is an effective intervention to memory loss for people with dementia, Alzheimer's, or epilepsy. Some people who have lost their memory completely show that they have retained the knowledge of the material and can learn new skills in art making. For example, kneading clay or color blending. So for the first activity, we are going to explore making a collage about someone, some place. You can consider using something which is more durable, like a card, instead of a piece of paper, because you would like to hold it and treasure this as a memory. When you are thinking of this surface material, you can also think of that color or that texture. So I have gathered some messages of blessings that I got it from a place when I went on a trip with this person. This person loves pets like cats and dogs. I just looked through some magazines and I cut these two images of cats and dog. And of course, we can always prepare some scrapbook materials with stickers and messages that you can use. For this person, she loves gold color, so I have also prepared some gold glitters for me to do in the collage. So I'm going to write her name. With a personal touch, it becomes very intimate and close to you when you're writing that person's name. And when you're doing this collage, you can go with the flow, or you can also try out different compositions. You can also take some textured paper. So I thought about giving these two little pets a comfortable area with this textured paper. There's an element of a lotus there, so I'm also adding a visual element of the lotus flower here. I remember our conversation about this lotus flower. And you can also feel free to write in some texts or messages about how you think about this person, what kind of blessings or your thoughts about this person, your feelings in words, of course in the colors and in the pictures itself. So I'm going to also choose some words and also write it myself. I really love this very nostalgic materials, and inside there's this thing that I have kept for a very long time. So I'll see how I'm going to give it a space. Put it now. Okay. And now we'll move on to the next activity. So we are going to do the second activity, and this collage is associated with our memory with touch. We are going to start with some objects that you remember with a certain experience. It can be an experience with a person, it can be your own experience or your personal memories with these objects. For instance, it can be some fabrics that you remember of a particular dress or clothing. It can be also other soft materials like feathers. So if feathers have an association with a feeling like free or feeling light, so it can also revitalize our memories of being light at a certain period of time or in a certain experience. As you touch these materials and objects, it brings back memories of certain things. When we are putting all these objects together, it also reminds me of time. I grew with these objects, so some objects are more nostalgic and they have a more rustic look, whereas some objects have more soft touch and more intimate feelings. Some objects, of course, they have more memories of experiences with other people in my life. I have already put all these memories together in this frame, and I have chosen a frame again, a more durable frame, and this time I have chosen a cork frame, corkboard, so that it allows me to clip or tie heavy and the objects. Alternatively, you can also use some boards. There are some canvas boards which come with a thicker frame, so allowing you to put objects inside more securely, so there's a depth. So we have done 2 art activities exploring memories with collages. So the first one is about memory with a person, and the second one is about memory associated with touch, linked to objects. We have come to the end of today's session. To summarize, we have explored the concept of the relationship of art, creativity, and memory. We also learned the benefits of creating art or viewing art has on our memory. We also did art-making activities that explored our memory. I hope you enjoyed the session. See you next time.